Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a floral pinky set. So we've got Rose and the Rule Maker from Madame Glam, two different shades of pinks. One you can kind of say is a bit more purpley, but just any sort of different shades, and you want them to be quite drastically different from one another. I've also got some Bloomin' Gel, I've got some white gel polish, and I also have this nudie shade called Ginger from Macart. That's going to work as our background nude colour for our nails. And we are going to have quite a lot of nail art going on. Today's set is actually quite funny how it came about, because throughout now, basically just shortly after Christmas, all the way till Valentine's, I wanted to basically strictly do Valentine's. I was feeling so in the mood, I was so motivated, I still am, and I just really wanted to come out with the best designs this year for Valentine's. And I've recently come across some crystal placement designs. You will know I love my crystals. I literally end up having them in every single nail design. And I've seen these designs where you kind of incorporate crystal placements or like big charms with 3D flowers, and I just thought it was such a cool idea and so pretty looking, and I just had to try it. So today's design came about. So I firstly did the actual crystal nail, which is so funny because I usually do the crystal nail last, and then I was trying to put together a design around that crystal nail. So that's why it came out becoming a floral nail, since I was doing a floral 3D design on the crystal nails. So this is why we've got a floral one today. So if anyone was sick and tired of Valentine's designs, hopefully this is a little break. Although I do think like I've been doing a bit, I think there's already been a one that maybe wasn't fully Valentine's. I think there was a blue one that came out not so long ago, like a more of a butterfly floral as well design. So there are little gaps here and there, but my aim for Valentine's was really to come out with as many Valentine's designs as I possibly could this season of love. So going back to the video, because I started rambling on for a little bit too long, we've got two nails that are fully nude. We've got one nail that is that light pink shade. This nail I am doing a marble, so I've just applied a thin layer of Bloomin' Gel, and I'm just very gently just playing about with the marble, making it how I like it. Just, I feel like here I wanted a bit more nude. I felt like the pink was a bit overwhelming, so I just kept adding more and more nude into areas where I felt like it needed it. And then you want to leave it to chill in the background. And we also did an ombre nail, so we did the nude with this gorgeous pink. So now that everything has two layers, before popping into the lamp, I am sprinkling on this stunning glitter on top of the wet layer of the gel polish, and then I'm going to pop it into the lamp for a nice cure. This is a glitter from Larissi. I always talk about them, so make sure you check out the description. I know recently I kept talking about them, but I kept forgetting to pop it into my description, so I promise now it's in there. I've updated my settings on YouTube, so it actually automatically will just add it in there now, so that's great because I'm very forgetful, and I try to create as much content as I can for you guys, and sometimes with doing that I forget to do other things such as update my description box. That'll be great. But it should all be down there by now. So now that everything's of course cured, we can start working on our nail art. So one nail is going to be a French tip, and I'm using the light shade of pink here. I've just outlined my smile line, and then I'm using the brush from the bottle to colour in the tip, and I will go ahead and do another layer, although looking at it now, to be honest, it looks super opaque, so maybe you wouldn't have to, maybe you could get away with one, but I did just, with practice, I always go in with two. That's been cured, and now we can work on our floral design. So everything is basically done by hand today. There's nothing, no stamping or anything, so hopefully it's something that you can all recreate. And I'm going in with a dotting tool, just doing a couple of dots in a circle, and I am then using my nail art brush to drag out the lines from the circles to create a flower. So our French tip nail is going to have flowers only in the tip area, so only where we've got that light shade of pink, and I'm going to scatter different flowers. So on the French tip we're going to have the dark pinky shade and also some of that nude. So we're going to only have two different coloured flowers, because of course you can't go in with that pink again because that's the background. I could have gone in with white, but I have white because I wanted to do some little dots in between the flowers, so that kind of couldn't happen. So you're only really left with two colours left that you can use. If in case you are using more colours, that would be great. You could just mix it up even more, to be honest, but I was quite limited when I was filming today, so I only had these kind of colours. And if at any moment, you know, you're worried and you don't want to do all the flowers at once, just feel free to pop it into the lamp, give it a quick cured. I think that's what I'm doing now, and then come back and keep doing it. There is another nail that I'm going to do a flower on as well, like a bunch of flowers, and that one I really needed to cure in between each layer, but don't worry, I've cut the curing out of it. I forgot to cut it out in this clip, but it's good because I got a chance to chat. So I'm just going in with the last flower now at the tip there, so it's going to be another dark pink shade. And because those gel polishes from Madam Glam, and also although that nude was okay-ish, could have been better, but the Madam Glam ones are very opaque, very good. I didn't really have to go in with another layer, so all the flowers are one layer, which was really nice. And you know, if a design takes you a lot of time in the first place, you don't really want to be going in again and again and doing a bunch of layers, so it's nice to have gel polishes like Madam Glam in your collection where, you know, you can just do it once and you don't have to worry about it and just move on, and you just save so much time. So now I'm going in with my dotting tool and I'm just scattering around a couple of white dots. I just felt like it was such a cute little accent to the nail design, and yeah, I just thought it was really cute. So we're going to do that and of course then pop it into the lamp. So we've got one nail done. This is going to be our second and last hand done floral nail. So I'm starting off in the center and I'm going in with the light shade of pink for this one. And the idea behind this nail design was to create a French tip look with flowers. So envision drawing out your smile line. I was kind of attempting to do the smile line with the flowers, which is why I started in the center. But in the end, I don't know if it fully ended up looking like that, but I still like it. It just didn't fully, my vision didn't really kind of like come out onto the nail as much, but that's fine. It's just not what, you know, it's not always what happens, which is fine. Luckily it came out still looking alright, so that's good. So now on the right hand side at the top, I'm going in with that pink, the darker pink, and of course again, just around the nail, wherever you want to go, just do a couple of dots. If you're working on long nails like me, feel free to completely copy over the flower placement, or literally if you're working on little nails, minimize your flower size and you could maybe fit in as many flowers as I'm going to pop on this nail. If not, just do a couple. You don't have to, you know, do the exact same amount. I'm sure it looks super beautiful still, just because, you know, naturally if you've got smaller nail beds, obviously naturally you can't fit that many flowers. So yes. Coming up, we're going to obviously do some 3D flowers. So in today's video, I decided to do 3D flowers with acrylic. The reason I did acrylic was because I do have a couple of those 4D carving gels, which is what I would usually prefer. I feel a bit more skilled in them, and I feel like I make prettier flowers. But I really wanted to fit in with the color theme, and I didn't have a pink 3D 4D carving gel that would fit like a glove with this design today. So I bit the gun and I thought, you know what, time to practice. So here I go. And I went in and I tried some acrylic. It was actually an interesting experience. I will talk you through when we get there of what was kind of going through my head when I was doing it. If you're an expert in 3D flowers with acrylics, let me know any tips and tricks in the comments. I would so appreciate that. Or you can also criticize how I did mine, what I did wrong, if my beads are too wet or not. I would honestly really appreciate it. Don't worry if you think you're going to sound mean. Be as mean as you need to be. I really want to learn and get better at them because I love acrylic and 3D flowers, and I'm just such a beginner in acrylic and I would love to get better. So we finished this nail with our flowers. Again, I'm just scattering the little dots here and there wherever I felt like I wanted to cover up some areas. And then, of course, pop it into the lamp. So now we're going to crack on with our 3D flower work. But before then, we're going to place the charm that I've decided to use today. And it's one of those gold heart charms that have the pink crystal in the center. I feel like they're so common. I feel like I see them everywhere. You know the ones, oh, this one here. And then you can get different colored crystals in the center. So this charm or crystal, whatever you want to call it, I got from Shein. And it came with like a bunch of different colors. So I've got all sorts of different, I've got like clear, AB, blues, greens, purples, all sorts. So that's been placed down and cured. And I'm going in with AB crystals, one at the top, one at the bottom, and then from those AB crystals we're going to do the flower petals. So the acrylic that I'm using today is from Glitterbells. My 3D brush is also from glitter bells. It's literally made for 3D artwork, so that's really cool. So I am trying to wipe a fair bit of monomer out of my brush. So I've placed the bead down, and I found that it was kind of like very watery, and I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be or not. So I kind of let it sit for a bit. I don't want to like jump in too quickly, because if I jump in too quickly, it's still a bit too wet and it isn't moldable. It will just go back to its like watery bead. But if it's just about right, which is hard to obviously tell you when it is, it will stay in shape like it did up there. So the way I personally find myself checking is I will just leave it for a minute maybe, or maybe just a couple of seconds, I guess. The video is sped up, so do bear that in mind. And I will just slightly tap it. So like there, I tapped it and I noticed it was going back to being a ball, and I just didn't touch it again. Here I left it for another while. There we go. I've noticed it's going to how I want it. So it's just kind of trying to understand. I'm sure with practice you would just know just by looking how the when the bead is ready to press down. But the method of actually pressing it down is very, very similar to when you play about with 4D carving gels. If you watch my videos and kind of do what I do with my carving gels, so using a silicone pointy tool, I kind of press down at an angle to create a petal. If you also do that and you're comfortable doing that, and you come out and your work comes out with a beautiful petal, then this will basically be the same thing. It is ever so slightly different, of course. It does feel a bit different, but the same techniques gets you the kind of flower that I'm ended up getting today. So nothing too crazy good, but enough to where it looks like a flower, and I was pretty satisfied. For someone who is a massive acrylic user, I wasn't too, it wasn't too bad. So I'm doing 3 petals at the top, 3 petals at the bottom, of course, come from the AB. And then since it's acrylic, you don't need to cure, it just basically dries into place and it's going to be solid, and that's all good to go. And then before popping into the lamp, I did also place a couple of extra little crystals here and there just to tie in the whole design together. If you wanted to jazz it up even more, adding some pearls would also look super cool. I feel like it just kind of needed pearls. I couldn't find some. I have so many pearls, and the day I wanted to use them, and I never use them, but the day I wanted to use them, I couldn't find them, believe it or not. So unfortunately I'm going in with AB, but I was literally crying that I couldn't find my pearls. Crying. So yeah, just literally place some random crystals in between some petals, just some little bits, just to tie in the whole design together. And now that that's done and it's been cured, we're going in with our matte top coat. So we are going to matte top coat all of the designs. I'm starting off with this flower nail just because I'm trying to go around everything, and it's easier to have it holding the design in your hand and twisting the nail around to get the matte top coat everywhere that you need, and then the rest is just gonna get it on the stand. So I am using a Madam Glam matte top coat, all-time favorite. It's amazing. So just apply a nice layer, pop it into the lamp, and we only got a little bit of crystal placement left to do just to finish up the whole design, and we're basically done almost. So I am going to pop that into the lamp. So when it comes to the crystal placement, we've only got the 2 flower nails to really finish off. So I'm going to place AB crystals, and fairly small ones really. Fairly small ones. I do have my my AB mix on my little organizer, a little separator. So I'm going to be picking out the smallest ones I could find, and I'm going to place it in the center of all the flowers. And also on the smile line, I felt like I really wanted some crystals there too. So I'm going to place 3 crystals right at the middle center of the smile line. So the flowers are done. Now I'm just going in with that smile line area there. So I'm placing 1 sized crystal in the center and then 2 smaller ones on either side. So that one's done. And then for this one, I'm once again placing the small AB crystals in the center of the flowers. And then for this one, right at the top there, I'm going to place some rhinestone glue gel in a second. And I'm going to basically, I used to like to call these a tiara, tiara look, or maybe like a necklacey look right at the top there. We're just going to place like a little half circle crystal placement. So you'll see that any second now. So is going my rhinestone glue gel. Right there is where we're going to do it. And in case you're wondering, the rhinestone glue gel that I'm using today is from the card. Literally all-time favorite. I feel like I've been using it for the past 2-3 years now, and I would never go back to anything else. I love it. It's super affordable and it just lasts me for years and years and years. So I highly recommend it. I get mine on Amazon. It's just the quickest and easiest way to grab it for myself, but they have their own website. You might even be able to pick it up on AliExpress. I know that they do have a store on there, I think. So yeah, all sorts of different places to grab it for yourself. Here we are. That's done. It's going to go into the lamp. And once I get it right and I like how it looks. And here are the final results. So I hope you guys liked it. A little bit different. I love that crystal placement. Let me know what you guys think of my little flowers. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.